What's up, baseball fans? Frank from Frank's Card Corner here. Today we're going to take a look at a binder that I have of stars and Hall of Famers whose last names begin with the letters R through Z. Let's take a look. We're going to start off with Manny Ramirez. We have some early 2000s cards of him. 2000 tops, a Donruss Diamond King from 2005. Some more Ramirez cards here. There's a Top Stars. 2001 Top Stadium Club. Always loved the Stadium Club looks. Here we have some Scott Rowland cards. Alex Rodriguez. J.R. Richard. J.R. Richard from the early 1980s. That's his 1982 Topps card. That's a 1981 Kellogg's card. Richard was a big power pitcher before he unfortunately had a stroke and had to end his career. On to Cal Ripken Jr., the Iron Horse. Obviously holds the record for the most consecutive games played. These are some late 80s, early 90s cards of his. You can pause the video at any time to look at the cards. I'm going to kind of keep the video moving a little quickly. As we see Jim Rice in the lower part of the page here. Mariano Rivera, all-time saves leader, just made the Hall of Fame on the unanimous vote. Had the most votes of getting into the Hall of Fame. Some Alex Rodriguez cards from the early 2000s. Ivan Rodriguez, Pudge. One of the best defensive catches of all time. Scott Rowland. Some more Alex Rodriguez cards. There's a couple of Nolan Ryan's cards from the 1990 Topps set. This was a tribute to his 5,000 strikeouts. Here's a couple of 1987 Sport Flicks and some Kellogg's 3D All-Stars here. A little hard to see those with the camera. Here's some Nolan Ryan cards from the late 80s and early 90s. This was a 1984 Ralston Purina card of him. I think Topps might have printed those. Here's some Upper Deck insert cards from 1992, I believe, or 91. Some more early 80s, early 1990s Nolan Ryans. Take a look at my Stars and Rookies videos. You'll see a lot of old Ryans in there from the 70s and 80s. I got some really good stuff in there. Some more Ryans from the 80s. Here's some Ron Sandberg cards. Probably the best second baseman of the 1980s. National League anyway. Some more Sandbergs from the early 90s and late 80s. This guy called it quits kind of early too. I think he just kind of gave up on baseball. It had some kind of reason why he just felt like he couldn't play anymore. Some more Sandbergs here. On to Curt Schilling. Here's some early 90s Curt Schilling cards. His rookie card, I believe, is 1990 Topps. And 89 for the other companies. Some more Schillings from the mid-90s, early part of 2000s. On to Mike Schmidt. Here's some late 80s and early 1990s Mike Schmidt's. I think Schmidt's last card was actually 1990. That's the year he retired was 1989. There's a 1988. That's actually his last Topps card right there. 1982 Fleer Tom Seaver. There's a John Smoltz Fleer Ultra insert from 1993, I believe. Some Gary Sheffield cards. Early 1990s. This is 1993 or 1994 Score Dream Team card. I always liked the Dream Team cards. Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer. Great shortstop, very acrobatic. I used to love seeing him do those back handsprings that he used to do when he used to come out and play, especially during the playoff games. He used to do it a lot. Really fun guy to watch. He was just a magician with the glove. Here's some early 1990s cards of him. John Smoltz. This is actually an error card that was corrected, and this is actually the error where the card where the error appears. John Smoltz's name is written at the top. That's actually Tom Glavine's photo. So I don't actually have the corrected version. I only have the error version. Some more Smoltz. This is a Smoke and Heat Fleer Tradition, I believe, put that out. Alfonso Soriano. This guy was a great power hitter for the Yankees. Had a lot of speed too from the early part of the 2000s. Some Sammy Sosas from the early 1990s. Some Don Suttons from the early 1980s up there. The Dodgers and the Houston Astros. There's a 1979 Sutton, 1980 Bruce Sutter, Willie Stargell, Don Sutton Diamond King. There's some more Suitors from the early 1980s. There's a Warren Spahn Topps American Pie in there. Kind of one of those limited edition sets that were printed. Some Ichiro cards. These are from the early part of 2000, mid-2000s. What an incredible hitter he was. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. Early 1990s cards. His rookie year was 1990 or 89, depending on the company you're talking about. His Topps card was 1990. 89 for Score. This was his 1993 Triple Play Hot Shots. They featured like boyhood photos of stars. Kind of cool. Jim Thome. Always like watching this guy play. He had like a nice, big, strong country boy swing. 600 home runs he had in his career. Well-deserved Hall of Famer. Here's some early Alan Trammell's from the early to mid-80s. Part of the Trammell-Whitaker double play combination of the Detroit Tigers. Here's some mixed guys back here. Joe Torre manager card with the Yankees. Earl Weaver, Frank Viola, 1984 Topps. Some Fernando Valenzuela cards. Larry Walker, great hitter with the Expos and the Colorado Rockies. He was traded to them, I believe, when they had their expansion year in 1993. Here's some Lou Whitaker cards from the early 80s. I have a couple of his rookie card. You could see that in my Stars and Rookies video. 1978. He shares the card with 3 other guys. There's some Bernie Williams cards. Bernie, great center fielder with the Yankees for many years. Part of the 4 championship teams in the late part of the 1990s. Some more Bernie Williams. Hall of Famer Dave Winfield. I believe he was drafted actually in 3 sports. Baseball, football, and basketball. Just an incredible athlete. Big guy. 6'6", I think he was. Reminded me of like a right-handed Darryl Strawberry. Some more Winfields from the late 80s. Kerry Wood, Chicago Cubs phenom for about good 5 or 6 years. This guy was really a top power pitcher in the league. Struck out 20 guys in a game in his rookie year, setting I believe he still holds the rookie record for that. Robin Yount, Carl Yastrzemski. There's a reprint of Yount's 86 Topps card, which there's the regular one on the next page right there. I believe he won the MVP that year. I think he's the only player still to win 2 MVPs at 2 different positions. I think he did at shortstop and outfield. There's some more Robin Yount cards here. Late 1980s, early 1990s. Great hitter. 3,000 hit club, Hall of Famer. Here's some Barry Zito cards. Barry Zito was a great pitcher with the Athletics for a good chunk of years in the early part of 2000s, along with the big 3 that they had with him, Mark Mulder, and Tim Hudson. There's some other loose cards back here. I got some, it's a reprint of Matt Williams' rookie card. A Deion Sanders card featuring him as an Atlanta Brave and also playing football. There's some Score Dream Teams up there from 1991. Mike Scott with the Houston Astros, who would have some really great years in the mid-80s. Some Ted Williams inserts from 1992 Upper Deck. There's a 1979 Bump Wills card. This is actually a error card. It features the Toronto Blue Jays name, and he's wearing a Texas Rangers uniform. And some random inserts from Hall of Famers from some limited edition series that I found. And here's some managerial cards of some Hall of Fame guys. There's Frank Robinson, Don Zimmer. And that's it. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos.